Thank you so much for joining us today, Mark.
That's all right. Great to be along.
Yes, and you are a fitness trainer at UREC, you're also a PhD student, and you're a tutor in the Faculty of Business.
Yeah, I try to combine all three things.
Yes, and the reason we have you on the show today is because you're also an ultra marathon runner. Now, for those at home that don't know what exactly that is, can you give us a brief explanation?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Basically, anything over a marathon is called an ultra marathon, and I tend to do off-road marathons, so it's on trails. Anything off-road particularly. So 50 kilometres, 100 kilometres, the real serious ones, 100 miles. But I tend to stick to the 100 kilometre and 50 kilometre ones.
Oh, just a cheeky 50 or 100.
Yeah.
Well, the easy question I think most people are asking, why do you want to run that amount of that distance?
It's a very good question. Once you've run one, you'll know the answer, and that's probably the easiest thing I can say. But really it's a challenge. Challenge yourself, test yourself. I used to run a lot, shorter distances. I did some adventure racing. And then, to be honest, I did a lot of multi-day hiking, and there's a particular run called the Overland Track Run, which is 85 kilometres, and I've always wanted to run it. But to do that, you had to get a qualifying time. So I had to start training for what they call the North Face 100.
What did that entail, the training especially?
Well, for the very first one, not a great deal, because we decided about 2 or 3 weeks beforehand that we were going to run it. So,
gosh, that's not a lot of time
no,
to train for 100 kilometres.
And the after effect wasn't much fun either. We were quite sore afterwards. But
how sore are we talking? Could you walk?
We could walk, but I guess for about 3 or 4 days we were walking fairly stiffly, mainly knees.
So how long does it take you to recover from an event? I heard you played in a grand final after one of your running events?
Yeah, once we did the qualifying time, we managed to get through that, and we did what's called the Overland Track Run, like I explained before. We ran it this year in February, so it's 85 kilometres of a lot of off-road trail running. And unfortunately, a semi-final for my touch footy team appeared on the Monday afterwards, and I had to compete in that. I got through. We lost, unfortunately, but I did finish the game. So.
Well, that's quite a lot to put on your body. Can you tell us a little bit about those limits that you and Beck, your wife, have sort of reached or pushed in running ultras? Yeah.
So for those who are watching, my wife and I tend to run together. That's our sort of deal. It's something we do together. Some see it as strange, some see it as nice. It seems to work, so
some see it as Ken and Barbie.
That's right, Ken and Barbie, yeah. We were actually called Ken and Barbie, we discovered after one of our runs. That's a different story. Yeah, look, at certain points in the race, you feel like stopping and sitting down and just, that's it. If you're somewhere near a road, hitchhiking home, walking out, catching a bus, they make you carry certain safety gear so you can sort of stop if you need to.
Yeah.
I guess, though, with 2 of us running together, we encourage each other on. There was a point in the last run in Tasmania when it was quite hot, when my wife was hallucinating and kept seeing me running up hills and different parts and walking on water and all sorts of strange things she saw. But she got through.
She just kept running through the hallucinations.
Yeah, she then realised he can't be doing that. He's got to be just ahead of me, because I was sort of leading the way at that point. So, yeah.
And back to the point we were talking about before, where you had to have this qualifying time, which you believed was under 18 hours.
Yeah.
Now, you've brought in a bronze medallion. Can you tell us about this?
It's a big medallion. With the North Face 100, which is probably the most well-known of these sort of ultra-marathons, 100 kilometres in the Blue Mountains. It's on next weekend, actually.
Yeah, next weekend.
It is. I thought for the qualifying time we needed to beat 18 hours. So we ran fairly hard. This is one we hadn't really trained for. And we made it in 17 hours 50 or thereabouts. I only discovered a few days later on that it actually was 20 hours we had to beat.
Gosh.
So we were 2 and a bit hours in. But they gave us a buckle because we beat the 18 hours. So everyone who beats...
Almost unintentionally.
Yeah. I did want the buckle. My wife didn't really want the buckle, but...
But you both got the buckle.
Yeah, we both got the buckle. I have worn mine twice, more as a dress-up thing.
For special occasions.
Very much for special occasions.
Weddings.
Straight to the pool room, that
Maybe
one.
not weddings, yeah. It's in the trophy room, yeah, exactly.
Conversation piece.
Yeah, but it is something, it's a coveted item.
Yes, absolutely. One for the grandkids.
That's right, yes.
Do you have any more goals with your running now that you've accomplished your bronze?
Yeah, we're aiming to do 3 or 4 ultramarathons a year, and a lot of them are put on sort of famous walking trails, so we've got to compete them. So we're doing the 50k in next weekend, and we aim to do the Bogon to Hotham run, which is about, I think it's a 65k run down in Victoria. So that's our next aim.
Mark, best of luck with the North Face 100 next week and the rest of your running, and thank you so much for joining us.
No worries at all. And I encourage anyone, get stuck in and do it. Anyone can do it.
I'll be at your class tonight.
I'll see you then.